I just thought to finish on a positive note, I just like to comment why I think this sphere of security is a very well. I like it as an idea, and that's because in Europe, all our efforts to develop a pan-European security architecture that is based on the Helsinki Accords from 75 to the Charter of Paris for a New Europe in 1990 to the establishment of OSCE in 94, we always introduced two principles which were in conflict. The one was indivisible security, so one should not enhance security at the expense of the other. But the second is everyone has the right to pursue their own foreign policy. Now, this, to some extent, is contradictory because, let's say, Ukraine should have the freedom to join NATO if it wants to. However, then, of course, this breaches the principle of indivisible security. But, these two things, they can actually be harmonized. That is, if you have a sphere of security, essentially, this is the approach because then the indivisible security becomes a responsibility of the great powers. That is, no one is forcing NATO to roll into Ukraine. It's a responsibility of the great powers. And I think this is where NATO failed with its, open door policy and, NATO expansionism. It's almost like a law of nature. And what happened then is the Russia NATO disagreements to create a common Europe or conflict was transitioned into a Russia-Ukraine conflict instead, because now the Russians could make a deal with NATO. Now they have to stop the Ukrainians. And I think, yeah, for this reason, we have war because NATO ignored indivisible security, and then Russia ignored the sovereign rights of Ukraine to do what it wants.